got the New Orleans Saints versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see. At this time, we don't know. But David, you've been talking about this for weeks. Jalen Hurts will be at least getting one start this year, but it looks like I would say it's time. I think Philadelphia will start Hurts. They'll probably be coy this week, but I believe Hurts will be the start. By the way, you got to pick this guy up. Here's my deal, man. New Orleans, you hit the head on the, or you hit the nail on the head last week. I mean, they're basically at this point a running team. You got to start Kamara. I get it. I don't love him. He's a little bit devalued. I hope you get some stuff everywhere, but I would not bench Kamara. Taysom Hill, I have no problem playing him. Michael Thomas, I guess you got to start him, but I don't love it. I actually think Jared Cook is going to be the best receiving option for New Orleans this week. Philadelphia, I don't like any running backs ever playing against the New Orleans Saints defense, but I recognize you're probably going to start Sanders. If you have a deep stable of running backs and you have other options, I would start the other options, but you're probably going to start Sanders. It's fine. Jalen Hurts, if he plays, I actually look in the Superflex. I roll the dice because he just looks better. I don't know what to say. He just looks better. I think Wentz is done. By the way, they can't cut Wentz. They can't. He's like a $24 million cap hit if they cut him, and Philly's already $65 million over the cap next year. They literally financially cannot cut Carson Wentz or trade him or anything. Wentz is on this roster next year.
They could trade him.
They can trade him? The bonus would be good.
Well, there's all sorts of contract negotiations these teams can
yeah,
do, right?
They would have to get money back somehow in the thing.
And there will be interested teams in Carson Wentz. Let's make that clear. This is a former MVP candidate who is on his way to potentially winning a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. There will be candidates. Chicago? You're telling me Chicago?
Yeah, but to trade whatever they have to trade plus fine. They're basically going to have to do a money trade.
There will be candidates.
It's going to have to be that Brock Osweiler to the Browns type deal from a couple years ago.
Not the same at all. Not the same. At all.
I'm telling you, financially, it's nasty. It's nasty. But we'll carry that over the offseason. Wide receiver, I actually think Fulgham bounces back this week, but it might be Rager. Other than that, I stay away from everybody. Even Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, I stay away from both of them this week. Take it away, David.
I only want to talk about one player, and it's the player I've been talking about for 3 weeks now. And that's Jalen Hurts. If you've listened to any advice I give, hopefully this was one of the ones you took and picked up Jalen Hurts 3 weeks ago. Because we're talking about a Konami code quarterback. And if you don't know what a Konami code quarterback is, it's a quarterback who meets a certain rushing threshold to essentially be deemed a fantasy cheat code. Because when you add rushing production to even 200 passing yards and 0 passing touchdowns, you get these top 10 performances. Look at Taysom Hill, guys. Taysom Hill has 1 passing touchdown in the past 3 weeks. He's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is a Konami code. He had over, I think, 4,300 rushing yards in 4 years in college, over 1,200 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns in his senior season alone at Oklahoma. 20 rushing touchdowns in 1 season at Oklahoma, his senior season. This guy is like 4.59 speed. 4.5. This is Cam Newton level speed.
Yeah.
He's big. He's fast. And it is clear as day he is the better quarterback for this team right now. It is night and day watching this offense. When we watch this offense with Carson Wentz in there, it is painful. Mm-hmm. It is frustrating. It is extremely frustrating watching this offense. And it is boring. Carson Wentz cannot escape the pressure. He crumbles under the heat, which there's been a ton of. He's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now. And he doesn't have the mobility. He's not standing in there making plays for himself. I'm like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts came in, and it just completely transformed his offense. It became exciting. It became unpredictable. And they started moving the ball in chunks. And Jalen Hurts, he got thrown into the worst possible situation you can get thrown into. Carson Wentz went through the week as the starter, took the majority of the starting reps. Hurts got some reps. He didn't get them all. He was thrown in down 20-3 against Green Bay mid-third quarter, where the play calling was more predictable. You give this guy a fresh game slate, a clean slate where they can run his offense and not just be behind the 8 ball, having to run certain things to try and catch up. I mean, did you see that bomb on 4th down for that touchdown?
Yeah.
That Jalen Hurts threw? This guy is money, and it is going to be fireworks. New Orleans has been a better defense. You're starting Jalen Hurts this week. Absolutely. If he starts, you are starting this guy. He had 5 attempts for 29 rushing yards in just over a quarter and a half the pass game. And then as well as 109 passing yards and a touchdown. This guy is going to score rushing touchdowns. He's going to score passing touchdowns. And, he gets Arizona and Dallas weeks 15 and 16. This is a league winner right here, guys. If he's still available on your waivers, you need to be spending every possible avenue of whatever you got to get him on your team.
So, line. New Orleans Saints.
I like Jalen Hurts a little bit.
A little bit. New Orleans Saints -7 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly at home. Who you got?
It's going to come down to whether Drew Brees or Taysom Hill starts, because Brees coming off the IR, I don't know if he's going to be ready to play.
Everything I've heard is that he's going to play 15 versus the Chiefs. That's everything I've heard, but who knows what
Philadelphia
happens.
then, because it's been closer games with New Orleans, and I think it's going to be a close game. I think Jalen Hurts is taking this job this week, and he never looks back.
Agree with everything you said. If it's Taysom Hill and Jalen Hurts, I'm going to take Philadelphia with the points there, because I think Philadelphia is better, and Philadelphia's run defense is pretty good. What does New Orleans want to do with Taysom Hill? They want to run. But yeah, it's contingent on basically Hill versus Hurts for me. If Wentz is playing, I'm going to go back to New Orleans.
It better not be Wentz. I'm sorry.
And if Breeze is playing, I'm going to go back to New Orleans.
Doug Peterson needs to be fired immediately if he puts Carson Wentz.
Honestly, look, I think Doug Peterson, his job is in jeopardy, and I think the way for him to save his job is to move to Jalen Hurts. I really I don't think that's lost on Doug Peterson. Remember, these coaches do like making millions of dollars a year. I think he's gonna go ahead and want to keep his job.